Bitcoin just took another major hit towards the downside. But these charts are telling us that major Bitcoin whales are opening up long positions like crazy. We have seen a perfect trade setup getting hit. We have been discussing over the last weeks here. But another major trading setup is unfolding in the market right now. We will deep dive into every single detail, but first of all, I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X to never miss something throughout the day, ever in crypto. And of course, I would really appreciate you guys to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and like this daily update video if you love those daily update videos. And let's dive right away into the content for now. Because if you look at this Bitcoin chart, we can see that, of course, over the past few months, Bitcoin has been dumping towards the downside. But we are currently dropping into a magnificent buy zone here over on Bitcoin. If we look at the history of Bitcoin, every single time we tapped this green zone, the Bitcoin bottom was near to be formed, and afterwards, Bitcoin exploded towards the top side of this channel. If we look right over here in 2012, 2011, we dropped towards the lower side of these zones. If you bought your Bitcoin right over there, Bitcoin exploded towards the upside and exactly towards the higher band here. That was the zone you wanted to take profit and buy back at the lower ranges here. If you did so, you would have made a lot of profit right over here, but these percentages are really irrelevant in the future of Bitcoin. If we look right over here, we saw Bitcoin dropping back again towards the lower green zone. And right over there, the Bitcoin bottom was near to be formed and Bitcoin pumped towards the upside, exactly towards the top of this range. This was the moment you wanted to scale out of Bitcoin. Then over and over again, Bitcoin dropped exactly towards the green zone. That's the zone you wanted to buy your Bitcoin, and Bitcoin exploded towards the upside afterwards. And you wanted to sell at the top right over here. That's exactly what we have been seeing, and Bitcoin dropped further towards the downside, exactly towards the green bands we have been talking about. If you bought there, you would have made massive gains over on Bitcoin. One really important and interesting fact. Of course, it doesn't mean that if we dump in this green zone that we will increase immediately from off this point. It usually takes some time for the Bitcoin price to bottom out before the next rally towards the upside start. And with what time? It is probably around a few months, like 6 months towards 12 months. But eventually Bitcoin will rise towards the top side of this range, and these targets are just massive. Right now, the start of this take profit range is around the $220,000. So these zones are so important for Bitcoin. Every single time you went all in on Bitcoin in these zones, it paid off in the upcoming years. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do right now. Do I think the Bitcoin price will go to new all-time highs in the upcoming months? No. But what I think and what I know, that if I buy my Bitcoin in these green zones here, that eventually in a few years, I will be laughing at those prices and I will be in a massive profit over on Bitcoin. And that is the mentality and the mindset you want to have due to some really heavy drops towards the downside. So these are all-in zones, and that is approximately from 70k towards the 50k. That are the zones you want to buy your Bitcoin, because eventually the Bitcoin price will rise once again. And whales are doing so, because if you look at the Bitcoin Bitfinex long chart, the green and red candles, what we currently can see is that Bitcoin whales are still accumulating massive long positions over on Bitcoin. And this is massive to see. Right here, every single time the long positions increases towards the top side, the bottom was near to be set and the Bitcoin price exploded towards the upside like crazy. Right now we are seeing that interesting signal once again, and this is the time to be bullish on Bitcoin. This is the time to accumulate with the whales once again, because the history tells us that this is the moment you want to scale in your Bitcoin and longs with the whales. And that is exactly what we are currently seeing. If we look at the lower time frame, we can see that we have been perfectly calling this trade. Why? We were ranging here for a while. I said, if we break this low towards the downside, I'm looking for short further towards the downside. And that is exactly what we have been seeing right over here. Bitcoin saw a relief rally towards the upside and was not strong enough to gain some very important levels to see continuation towards the top side. That is exactly what I've been predicting here. And that is exactly what I've been doing here, because I've been shorting this move further towards the downside to at least this low right over here, and that was good enough for a 2% risk to 2RR risk to reward ratio. I took it with 1%, so we got a really nice 2% right over here. And I might hold this short open for a little bit longer, because I don't really think Bitcoin will go up from off this point eventually. So I'm keeping this short open. If we hit this target this low, I'm putting my stop loss break even. For now, we really want to see a change of character further towards the upside to open up a long. Otherwise, it would be really easy. If we break this low towards the downside, with a candle open and close, I'm gonna short Bitcoin all the way towards the downside, unless we are breaking any highs, and that high is approximately right over here. If we see a gain or loss on one of those levels, I'm opening up a trade once again, like we have been doing over the past weeks, and we have been crushing the market with shorts for the last few months here, which is massive. If you never want to miss a trading setup once again, please make sure to follow me over on X. And the most important part, please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel, because I talked about this trading setup yesterday. And if you subscribed over on my YouTube channel, you wouldn't miss these daily update videos, and you would also not miss these perfect trades towards the downside. So please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and to follow me over on X to never miss a trading setup ever again in crypto. And if we look at some on-chain data, we can also see that if we look at the Bitcoin price momentum index, we can see that every single time we hit 40k right over here, that was the time Bitcoin was tend to set a bottom on the price. Right over here we hit 40, and that is usually a bear market from of these perspectives, but that was the point you wanted to buy your Bitcoin. If you did so, you bought Bitcoin right over here with approximately at 60k. Then the Bitcoin price rise towards the upside. Right over here, we dumped into bear market territory. And that was the exact moment you could buy your Bitcoin for $80,000 and rally it towards the $120,000. And guess what? Right now, we are at that bear market levels once again. And these are the opportunities to buy back your Bitcoin at $70,000. And every single time we set those bear market vibes in, that was where Bitcoin started to rally towards the upside. And that is exactly what I'm still anticipating on. Do I think Bitcoin will drop from of this point towards levels like $40,000? No, I think a relief rally is in the making, and that will easily pump Bitcoin back to $100,000, which will cause for a 25 towards 30% bump towards the upside. That is what I'm anticipating on, and this is also what this chart is signaling once again. For now, I'm shorting this market till we see some momentum towards the upside, which is not be here anytime soon here. If you never want to miss a trading setup once again, please make sure to follow me over on X and to subscribe over on my YouTube channel. And I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.